The dark side of human nature, psychology exposed. Have you ever wondered why good people do bad things, or why some behaviors seem downright sinister despite our modern civility? Beneath the polished surface of politeness and progress, the human mind hides complex, often unsettling truths. Welcome to the dark side of human nature, where psychology peels back the layers of the human psyche and exposes what we all try to hide. In this article, we will explore 10 shocking psychological truths that reveal the less talked about aspects of what makes us human. Brace yourself. These are the facts that might make you question not just others, but your own thoughts, instincts, and choices. 1. We all wear masks, the psychology of persona. Carl Jung introduced the idea of the persona, a mask we wear to interact with society. But what happens when that mask becomes more real than our true selves? Psychology shows that most of us spend our days playing roles to fit in. The friendly coworker, the devoted parent, the humble student. While it helps us navigate society, it also creates emotional distance from our authentic selves. Underneath the surface, people often harbor feelings, desires, and thoughts that they hide even from themselves. This isn't hypocrisy, it's a defense mechanism deeply rooted in our need to be accepted. But the longer we wear the mask, the harder it is to take it off. 2. The capacity for cruelty exists in everyone. One of the most disturbing findings in psychology comes from the Stanford Prison Experiment and the Milgram Obedience Study. These experiments revealed that ordinary people, under certain conditions, can commit acts of shocking cruelty, not because they are evil, but because they are human. Given power, anonymity, or the pressure to obey authority, people often act in ways they never thought possible. It's not just bad people who do bad things, it's people under the right or wrong circumstances. 3. Schadenfreude, why we enjoy others' misfortunes. Have you ever secretly felt satisfied when someone you dislike experiences failure? That feeling is called Schadenfreude, and it's more common than you might think. Psychologically, it stems from envy, competition, or a sense of justice. Our brains release dopamine, the pleasure chemical, when we see a rival stumble. It's an uncomfortable truth. We're wired not only for empathy but also for subtle emotional cruelty. Awareness is key to overcoming it. 4. The fear of being exposed, the imposter syndrome trap. Even the most successful people often suffer from imposter syndrome, the fear that they're a fraud and will eventually be found out. Despite external achievements, they feel unworthy and constantly anxious. This deep insecurity is rooted in perfectionism and early experiences of validation. Psychologists suggest that many high performers are driven more by fear of failure than the joy of success, a dark motivator hidden beneath confidence. 5. People lie more than they think. According to behavioral research, the average person tells at least one lie a day, often without even realizing it. These lies can range from harmless white lies to more manipulative deceptions. What's even darker is that we also lie to ourselves, often to preserve our self-image or avoid guilt. Self-deception is a powerful psychological tool. It protects our egos from painful truths, but it also distorts reality and can erode genuine relationships. 6. Tribalism over truth, the psychology of in-group bias. Humans have an innate tendency to form groups, and to distrust those outside of them. This in-group bias explains why people often defend their communities, religions, or political views even when they contradict evidence or ethical principles. Psychologists suggest this behavior is rooted in evolutionary survival. Being part of a group meant protection. But today, it contributes to polarization, conflict, and a disturbing disregard for facts. 7. Moral licensing, when doing good justifies doing bad. Ever noticed how people justify bad actions after doing something good? This phenomenon is known as moral licensing. For example, someone who donates to charity might later cheat on a test or gossip, feeling subconsciously entitled to it because they've earned moral credit. It's a psychological loophole that allows us to maintain a positive self-image while indulging in unethical behavior. Left unchecked, it erodes personal integrity. 8. The bystander effect. Why we don't help in emergencies. It's a chilling truth. In emergencies, the more people who witness a crisis, the less likely it is that anyone will intervene. This is called the bystander effect. Psychologists attribute it to diffusion of responsibility. Everyone assumes someone else will act. This effect has led to countless tragedies. Knowing about it can make the difference between indifference and heroism. Sometimes, the darkest part of our nature is simply doing nothing. 9. We judge more harshly than we admit. We like to believe we are fair and open-minded. But cognitive psychology tells another story. Fundamental attribution error makes us judge others harshly for their actions while excusing our own due to circumstance. For example, we might think someone is lazy for being late to work, while we excuse our own tardiness because of traffic. This double standard fuels misunderstanding, resentment, and even discrimination, often without our awareness. 10. We're drawn to the dark, the fascination with evil. Why are true crime shows, horror movies, and serial killer documentaries so popular? Psychology reveals that we are fascinated by the dark because it helps us understand our fears, boundaries, and morality. Engaging with the darker sides of life provides a sense of control and insight. It's not that we admire evil, we're trying to make sense of it. But sometimes, the line between curiosity and obsession can blur. Final thoughts. Embrace the shadow to understand the self. The dark side of human nature, Psychology Exposed, is not a journey meant to terrify, but to enlighten. We are not evil creatures. We are complex beings with both light and shadow inside us. The key is awareness. When we understand our darker impulses, we're better equipped to control them, grow from them, and build a more compassionate society. It's not about pretending the darkness doesn't exist. It's about being brave enough to face it.